like to welcome you to Uplifted. This is the second part, Thursday, Friday. And so this is Friday, September 25th. We talked about interesting connection between fear, which it seems like somebody wants us to be fearful, especially nowadays, fearful of everything. They're trying to keep us in this state of fear, this high state of fear. And of course, we mentioned last time that what fixes fear isn't statistics, it's not facts, it's not theories. Actually, what casts out fear, the Bible tells us, is love. But then that truth is so important in this, and we're going to see that. Actually, I think I'm a lover of truth, and the reason I'm saved today is, I believe, part of it is the seeking of truth. And when, of course, if you seek truth, the Bible says if you seek me with your whole heart, you will find me. And you can't seek truth without running straight smack dab into the Bible and smack dab into Jesus Christ. But this idea of being a lover of truth, actually that's what the term philosopher is. But Prudentius in the 4th century said this: naught can be higher than the love of truth and right. And I believe that across time, and this statement continues to be true. In 2 Thessalonians 2:10, it says this: people perish because they received not the love of the truth. Now, of course, this love is not the love of that we... the problem with our English language, not that there's a problem necessarily, but the Greek language is so much more descriptive, and of course the Greek language, you know this, has 4 different words to describe the word love. We use the same one. A love of truth, I love my wife, and I love pizza. Well, that's kind of a strange combination of things, and we understand that love is different. Well, actually, the Greek language has different words for love. But it's not like my favorite food or my favorite color. Not necessarily a superficial love, but this love of truth among the deepest loves. A love that will direct our life if we submit our life to it. Well, and when you think of being a lover of truth, well, what is this thing we're supposed to love? If, truth is just kind of a concept, I guess. How do you love truth? That's kind of a strange thought. Well, philosophers would put it this way: what are the bearers of truth? The bearers of truth. A philosopher would say this: well, propositions. Actually, literally sentences. A sentence, a truthful sentence. A belief of facts. Well, that's kind of a strange thing. How do you love a fact? To say I love truth. I love statistics. I love the 99.9% of the people will not succumb to COVID. How do you love a truth like that? Well, actually, into this challenge, Jesus declares this. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. So actually, an amazing thought, truth is come to earth in human form. Not like Buddha. Buddha did not say, if you love, to love, look into my propositions. Not like Muhammad that would say, look into the eloquence of the Quran, the sentences of the Quran, love the sentences of the Quran. Actually, Jesus comes on the scene and says this to human beings: look to me. Jesus makes truth personal. He makes truth relational. Lovable. You can love truth in the deepest sense of love. Not an ideology, not an ism to love. No ideology ever asked Peter on the beach, hey, Peter, do you love me? Do you love this ism? Do you love this ideology? No, it was Jesus that asked him 3 times, Peter, do you love me? Do you love me? I'm truth, Peter. Do you love truth? Because I'm truth. You can actually love truth. Why? Because it's a person. I mentioned, how do you overcome fear? Well, the greatest fear human beings have is, of course, death. Public speaking, I saw this statistic, I don't know who took it, but public speaking, actually many people fear public speaking more than they fear death itself. But bar none, people fear death. And here in Psalm 23, a very famous psalm, especially at funerals, verse 4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. We talked about that child that was afraid to go onto the roller coaster. Facts won't matter. Checking all the pillars underneath the roller coaster won't matter. It took the hand of a loving parent that said, I will be with you and I will sit next to you through this whole roller coaster ride. Well, now actually truth came to us as a man in the form of Jesus Christ. And every roller coaster in your life, this is what he says, this is awesome. He said, I'm going to take your hand. No, you're still afraid. The statistics won't help you. The philosophies won't help you. The science of this whole thing won't help you. But truth comes to us and says, you know what? I will be with you and I will go through it with you. I will go on this journey with you, this roller coaster ride, even when it comes to the valley of the shadow of death. I will hold your hand. We'll sit together. And we'll go through it together. Perfect love will cast out fear.
Just a tiny little boy stood in tears on a busy street corner. What was he doing here? As he tried to explain, all he knew was his name. But it was late and beginning to rain. So I asked him about the place where he lived. Remember the old church where the big cross was lit, and his eyes opened wide as he said with a smile, if you can get me to the cross, I can find my way home. Show me the cross, and I'll find my way home. Show me the cross, and I'll know where to roam. When I'm there beneath the cross, I'm no longer lost. Show me the cross, and I'll find my way home. Just a lonely old pathway I had walked. It was far from familiar, and I found myself lost. But I remembered the place where I first saw his face. I cried, Lord, get me to the cross, and I'll find my way I'll find my way home. Show me the cross, and I'll know where to roam. When I'm there beneath the cross, I'm no longer lost. Show me the cross, and I'll find my way home. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burden of my heart rolled away. When I'm there beneath the cross, I'm no longer